Are you unsure about raising your prices during these difficult times of COVID? I'm Frank, and I'm all about helping business owners and entrepreneurs start and grow their lawn care business. So, if you're looking to start or expand your existing lawn care business, make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell button so you're notified of my future videos. Let's get started. When it comes to raising your prices, I get asked that question a lot. And this year has kind of been challenging with COVID. And one of the questions that I got from a good friend of mine is, should I raise my prices? And he was really concerned about the fact that COVID hit and people's uncertainty with whether they're going to keep their job and whether they're going to be able to pay rent and those kind of things. I would say that's going to be a different circumstance for each one of us. Now, in the case of my friend that's in the lawn care business, the first question I asked him was, do you feel that you've added value this year in order to be able to raise your prices? Or are you simply wanting to raise your prices because you just want to raise your prices? So when we discussed this back and forth, he told me that he felt that he's done a really good job this year. But again, he just wasn't sure whether he should increase his prices because of COVID and the uncertainty of people being able to continue the service. So we had this conversation back and forth, and I recommended to him, if he felt genuinely that he added value to the customers and he felt that he was being undercharged because of his added value, then he should increase his prices. I recommended to him to go ahead and take 10 to 20 customers as a sampling out of his 400 customers that he currently mows. I told him to take like 10 customers that he really didn't care about losing. Those customers might be trouble customers or customers that are kind of outside the geographical area that he's targeting, or they could be just customers that are underpaying for whatever reason. Now, you do want to take like 10 customers also that are good customers, and that way you get a true idea of what people are thinking and whether or not they can afford your services. This way you can also find out how much they value your services and if you truly did provide additional value that they want to keep you for an additional fee. So with that said, he took the 10 troublesome customers and 10 good customers and contacted them and increased their prices slightly. And when he did that, none of the customers balked at the price, and he was able to continue doing the same thing for the other 380 customers. And that's what I would recommend if you're not sure, but make sure that you've added enough value that you're not going to be, overthinking whether or not you can increase your prices. Now, if you've added no additional value, don't just increase your prices to increase your prices. Adding value for your customers is not as difficult as most people think. And really, it's the simple things that really stand out. It's the personal call saying, hey, happy birthday, or Thanksgiving, or Christmas time, or New Year's. Those are some of the opportunities that you have to touch that customer and make it a personal engagement where your customers really value you, not just as a lawn care company, but as a person. And that's what my friend did, and it worked well for him. And it didn't cost him anything. It really enabled him to have a connection with his customers. And when he did that, he was able to raise his prices even during this time, COVID, and no one really balked at the price. Of course, he didn't raise the prices too much, but that's okay. An increase of like $2 per mowing across 400 lawns equates to $800 increase per week. That's a lot of money when you think about it. So I encourage you to make sure that you're adding value, whatever that might be, so you can be confident when it comes to raising your prices. If you have a customer that objects to the price increase, you want to treat those on a case-by-case basis. If you have a difficult customer that's balking at the price increase, sometimes that's a blessing. In my case, it is a blessing. I would just fire that customer. Now, when it comes to a customer that's a good customer and you want to keep that good customer, you have to kind of hear what they're trying to tell you. Maybe they're going through a difficult time or whatever it may be, and accommodate them in that way. Personally, I've had customers where they were great customers of mine for many, many years, and in one case, they lost their jobs, both the husband and wife. And when they came to me and said, hey, we're not able to use your services anymore, we're cutting back, and they told me what happened, I continued to do their lawn for free. I didn't charge them for months, and whenever they got back on their feet, they were right back on track, and they spent a lot of money with me down the road on additional services. Again, treat each circumstance on a case-by-case basis, and you'll find that your decision process will be much easier. There's no reason to apologize for increasing your rate. You have done the research to make sure that your prices are competitive and you are confident that you've added value to the customer, so you're able to increase your price. Now, like we talked about before, each circumstance should be treated on a case-by-case basis, so make sure you have an open mind and you're able to increase your prices with confidence. Nobody likes a surprise. Make sure that you treat your customers just like you'd like to be treated. Give them plenty of notice on the price increase so they can budget things out. Now, you're going to want to email them, postcard, or call them. Whatever method that you use, make sure that it's clear and you have confirmation. If you haven't had confirmation, then keep reaching out to them until you do. And that's what I would do. Be respectful and give them plenty of notice so they can budget things out. Raising prices can be challenging during these difficult times, but if you've added value and you're confident about the services that you've provided, don't feel guilty for doing so. As I said earlier, each circumstance should be treated on a case-by-case basis. So, if you have a customer that can't afford your increase at this time, you should be sympathetic to their needs. It's not always about the money, it is about building a relationship. I hope this video was helpful to you in determining whether or not you can increase your prices during these difficult times. If there's a video that you'd like for me to make on a subject matter that you're interested in, please make sure to comment below. Also, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell button so you're notified of my future videos. See you next time, Lawn Care Pros.